logarithm now. So we have here an exponential function and its inverse, which is an logarithmic function. Now, the exponential function, it has two types. Well, one with a base b and one with a base a. If we have base b or a constant number such as 2 to the power x, we say it is an exponential function with base b. And if we have exponential function with a base e such as e to the power 2x, we called it natural exponential function. So this one, we called it natural exponential function. Now, its inverse is logarithmic. Now, we have a logarithm with a base b, and we have a logarithm with base e. The logarithm with base b, we write it as logarithm to the base b of x, and the logarithm of base e, we write it as logarithm to the base e of x, or they write it as ln, which is the natural logarithm function. Let's see now what is the natural logarithm functions. So as I told you now, before that, let's come back to the logarithm here. In the logarithm, we say that logarithm 10 to the base 10 of 100. That means it's like logarithm 10 to the power 2 of 10. Like they cancel each other, so it is 2. Or sometimes if you have logarithm of 64 to the base 8, that means you have to ask yourself what is the number that if I raised to 8, I get 64. You tell me it is 2. So that means logarithm to the base 8 of 64 is 2. Why? Because 8 to the power 2 is 64. This is the logarithmic function to the base b. Now, let's see the logarithmic function with base e, which we called it natural logarithm function. Logarithm to the base e of x, or we write it as ln of x. This ln of x, it's mean logarithm of x to the base e. Now, let's see its properties. The first one, ln of 1 is 0. Why? Because imagine here there's an e where is hidden. Or you can say like it is like logarithm of e of 1. That's mean what is the number that I raised to e to get 1? All of us know that any number, if I raise to 0, I get 1. E to the power 0 is what? 1. So ln of 1 is 0. Now let's find ln of e. It is like logarithm e of e. What is the logarithm e of e? As we said yesterday, it cancels each other. So it is 1. Oh, it's not cancelled, but it seems that it can be cancelled because e to the power 1 is e. So ln of e is 1. Now, ln of 1 over e. Here it is like ln of e to the power negative 1. Now here, you have to say that's in your mind now. It is like logarithm to the base e of e to the power negative 1. So what is the number that if you raised to e, I get e to the power negative 1? What's the number will be? Yes, grade 11.
Can you say again, teacher?
Now, I want to find ln e to the power negative 1. I write it as logarithm to the base e of e to the power negative 1. How can I solve it? I say here that, as I said yesterday, e to the power something equals e to the power negative 1. So what is the number will be? How can I make this one and this one equal? Sorry?
Or negative 1.
To the power negative 1, yeah. Here you have the same base. So I need to make them the same exponents to make them equal. So if here we have negative 1 in green, so I have to write negative 1 on the white. So the answer here is negative 1. Then it's also here will be negative 1. Now let's find the last one here. Now ln of e squared. Here now, ln, it is the logarithm to the base e of e squared. So what that mean? What is the number that if I raised e to it, I get e squared? How can I make them equal?
Squared?
Yes, squared. Thank you. So it will be now, the answer is 2. So logarithm e squared to the base e is 2. So ln of e squared will be 2. It's like e cancel e, so I have 2. Or it's like len cancel e, so I have 2 only.
Miss, can you repeat this one?
Okay. Now, ln of e squared. I want to find it. Now, I told you here that ln of x, it is logarithm e of x. So I can write it as logarithm e of, but not x now, of e squared. Now, how did you solve the logarithm? To solve the logarithm, as we said yesterday, here we have to say it is e to the power x equals e squared. Okay, e to the power x equal e squared. Type. What's the number that if I write it instead of x, I make them equal? E 2 x. So what is the value of x?
2.
2. So that's mean here x is 2. So e to the power 2 is e squared. E to the power 2 is e squared. And then we say that len e squared, because we solve it down here, the answer is 2. In other words, sometimes if you write it like logarithm e to the base e2, it's like e cancel e, so it is 2. If e is raised to the power 2, we can cancel e with e. So we say it is 2. It must be raised to the power 2. Or like if you say ln of e squared, you can say in your mind that ln cancel e, so you have the answer as 2. If it is raised only. If it is multiplied, no. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Right, now, let's see now this, before that, before seeing the examples. Let's see now some properties. That logarithm to the base b of b of x equal x. Why? Because as I told you, you can cancel b with b, so the answer is x. So logarithm 2 to the power 3 to the base 2 is what? Oh, I mean
3.
here. It's like you cancel 2 with 2. So what's the answer will be? 3. Thank you.
3.
This is for the first one. For the second one, no. That's if you have b raised to the logarithm of b to the power x. Here, that's mean b, they are inverse to each other, so they can cancel them. So b to the power logarithm of b, they can cancel, so the answer is x. Let's have this example here. 3 to the power. What's this? 3 to the power log. 3 to the power log. No. So 3 to the power log of 3 to the power of 2, it will be, let's write it here, 3 to the power logarithm b to the base 3 of 2 is what?
2.
2. Bravo. Because logarithm of to the base 3 cancel 3. So we have 2 only. And also, if we have ln ln to the base e, or ln e to the power 2, it is like ln cancel e, which is 2. Or as I told you, because ln, it is logarithm to the base e of e to the power 2. So logarithm to the base e of e to the power 2 will be 2. Logarithm to the base 3 of 3 to the power 4 is what?
4.
4. Logarithm e to the logarithm to the base e of e to the power 5 is
5.
5. طيب ln of e to the power 5 is
5.
also 5. Because it's like ln cancel e, or here e cancel e. So I have only 5. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
So logarithm. Here we have examples. Let's read them. Logarithm to the base 10. Here, if there's nothing or nothing is written, that's mean to the base 10. logarithm to the base 10 of 10 to the power x, that means 10 cancel 10. So the answer is x. And if you have 10 to the logarithm to the power logarithm of 10, it's mean like logarithm of 10 cancel 10. So the answer is x. And ln of e, the answer is x. And e to the power ln, the answer is x. ln e to the power 5, like they cancel each other, so I have the answer as 5. And e, they cancel ln, so the answer here is pi. This is all the properties of ln, or the natural logarithmic function. Let's now solve these questions here. Simplify the expression without using a calculating utility. Here, negative 8 to the power 2 over 3. It is negative 8 to the power 2 over 3. How can I write it? Yes, grade 11 and 12.
Third root of negative 8 squared.
It is a cubic root of 8 squared without negative. Why? Because here the negative, if they told you if it is like this, you will put the negative sign inside the square root. But here you have to keep it outside. It will be like this. Negative 8 to the power 2 over 3. It is negative because this 2 over 3 is the exponents for 8 only. Without, since we don't have a bracket. So it is negative times 8 to the power 2 over 3. So it can be written as negative cubic root of 8 squared. Now let's solve b. In b here, now we have negative 8 and all of them is raised to the power 2 over 3. So that's mean you have to say it is the cubic root of negative 8 squared. Now I will keep the negative inside the square root or under the square root. But in the first case, since the exponent is raised only to 8, so that's mean the negative sign will be outside. Now let's see 8 to the power negative 2 over 3. How can I rewrite it here?
Cubic root of 8 to the power negative 2.
No. Here, when I have number raised to a negative exponents, first step, I have to write the reciprocal of the number, which is 1 over 8, and the opposite of the exponents, which is 2 over 3. Then after that, we will say that it is the square root of a cubic root, of 8 squared.
Teacher, she said the reciprocal it will be 3 over 2, not 2 over 3.
The reciprocal of 8 and the opposite of, or the inverse of negative 2 over 3.
Okay.
Okay. This will be now C. Now look at them for 1 minute. Tell me if you have any question. Then let's find the answer now. 8 squared is 64. What is the cubic root of 64?
8.
It is 4. No, it's not square root, cubic root. It is 4. So the answer here is negative 4. Let's write it in red color. So the answer here is negative 4. The second case, negative 4 squared, which is 64. Cubic root of it is 4. The third case here, it is 1 over 4. So the first one is -4, the second one is 4, and the third one is 1 over 4. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Yes.
طيب, let's solve
Yes,
now
sir.
number 2. 2 to the power -4. How can I rewrite it now?
1 over 2 to the power 4.
1 over 2 to the power of 4. I write the reciprocal of 2, which is 1 over 2, and the inverse or the opposite of -4, which is 4. Then the answer is 1 to the power 16. Sorry, 1 over 16. Now B. 4 to the power 1 over 1.5. Now here, as you see, you don't have calculator, you need to find the answer. Now 4 to the power 1.5. How can I write 1.5 as a fraction?
Three over two.
3 over 2. Thank you. Then 4 to the power 3 over 2. How can I rewrite it now using a radical expression?
4, and 2 is outside.
As the 2 is outside and the 3 is inside. Bravo. It is the square root of 4 cubic. Now 4 cubic, 64. What is the square root of 64? 8.
8.
So if I'm asking you now to find 4 to the power 1.5, you have to tell me it is 8. Now let's solve C. 9 to the power -half, or -0.5, sorry. Now -0.5, how can I rewrite it as a fraction?
9 to the power
1 over
-1 over 2.
Bravo, it's -1 over 2. Then
9 1 over
1 over
9 to the
9
1
power
over
to the
9,
half.
and you want to the power what?
2.
To the
Half.
power, no.
2
And لا مش 2. Inverse of -half, which is +half. Then 1 over 9 to the power half, it can be written as what?
square root.
Square root of 9.
Square root
Bravo.
of 9 squared.
Then 1 over square root of 9, which is 3. So this will be the answer. 9 to the power -half is 1 over 3. Is it clear? Do you have any question?
Yes, teacher.
Now, let's go to the logarithm here. Find the exact value of the expression without using a calculating utility. Here now, logarithm 2, or to the base 2, let's solve now number 5. Logarithm to the base 2 of 16. Yalla, now what we have to do? Here now, we have to think about it like this. Think now about a number.
Teacher, I cannot hear you.
So here, think about it like 2 to the power x is 16. 2 to the power x is 16. Now then, after that, 16, how can I rewrite it? As 2 to the power what?
4.
4.
2 to the power 2 is 4. 2 to the power 3 is 8. 2 to the power 4, 16.
16.
And here we have it as 2 to the power x. So what is the value of x?
4.
Will be 4. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Now let's solve B. Logarithm to the base 2 of 1 over 32. Now here, what you have to do? Here we
Divide the
have,
1 over 32.
yes, it is to the power 1 over 32. So now, here you have write x like this. Now 2 to the power x is 1 over 32. Type. Now what I have to do? I have to think about a number that if I raised 2, طبعا we must have the same base. Okay, I think about an exponent that I must raise to the same base, which is 2 here. Now 2 to the power what? Or what is the exponents? If I raised to 2, I get 32.
5.
5. Bravo. Then after that, here as you see, 2 to the power x is 1 over 2 to the power 5. I want them have the same bases. Here they are not the same. So what I have to say? I have to say that 2 to the power x, and I really want to rewrite them as, if I have 1 over 2 to the power 5, I want now rewrite them as a
2 to the
negative
power negative
exponent.
5.
So what I have to do? What is the reciprocal of 1 over 2?
2 to the power
It
negative
is
2
2.
to the power 5 over 1.
No, wait, I'm talking about 1 over 2. What is the reciprocal of 1 over 2? It is 2.
2.
And then solving, look at the exponents. Now, what is the inverse of 5? Or the opposite
5.
of 5?
5.
It's
Negative
negative
5.
5. That in this way now I convert 1 to the power 2, 1 over 2 to the power 5 to be as negative exponent. Then look at them here. Here we have the same bases as you see. Now I can find x. Since we have the same basis, I can find x. So here now, what is the value of x will be?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. So logarithm to the base 2 of 1 over 32 is negative 5. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
The others?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Let's now solve C. Logarithm 4, logarithm to the base 4 of 4. That's mean, think about it in your mind. What is the number that I raised, or when I raised 4 to x, I get 4. So what is the value of x?
1.
1. Bravo.
1.
It is 1. Or you can say 4 cancel 4. So the answer is 1. Now let's solve D. In D here, we have logarithm to the base 9 of 3. Now, here, that's mean I have 9 to the power x equals 3. 9 to the power x equals 3. Now, every time, as you see, you cannot make 9 to be as 3, but you can make, you cannot make 3 to be as 9, but you can make 9 to be as 3. to solve it, look at the small number. Where's the small number? Is it 3 or 9?
3.
Is it 3? Keep it as it is. Now, try to make 9 as 3 to the power something. Which is it? It was. Sorry.
3 to the power 2.
Wait a minute, please. Here it was 9 to the power x. Okay? I want you now to rewrite 9 as a 3 to the power something. I want you now to rewrite 9 as a 3 to the power something.
Three to the power 2.
3 to the power 2. Thank you.
3 to the power 2.
This is the first step here now. Equals 3 to the power 1. Then, as we talked before yesterday or in algebra 2, in grade algebra 1, sorry, we said that if we have an exponent raised to the exponents, you have to multiply them. So what did we have now? 3 to the power what? 2x equals 3 to the power 1. Now we have the same base, so we can say that we have the same exponents. So that's mean 2x equals 1. So when 2x is 1, so x will be half. So that's why we have to say that logarithm to the base 9 of 3 is half. This will be now the final answer. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Now, what's the time now? It is 1 point. Okay, I want to solve now 6a with you, and B, C, and D will be your homework, and tomorrow we will solve them. Let's now solve 6a.
Teacher,
Yes.
Because we have a quiz right now.
خلاص. Okay. يلا باي باي.
Thank you, teacher.
يا